Today is the Texas Pro Day, and apparently the New York Jets are sending a large contingent to check out quarterback Quinn Ewers, who they're also meeting with. Good Lord have mercy. Let's talk about it. Boy Green Daily starts right now.
I'm going to lose my gosh darn bananas. Boy Green Daily starts now. Zoinks!
Boy Green Daily, Boy Green Daily, Boy Green Daily. Let's go!
Put your seatbelts on. Get ready for the ride. We're the freaking New York Jets, so we're built for this shit.
What's going on, everybody? I'm Paul Eston Jr., a.k.a. Boy Green. I'm the New York Jets digital reporter for Heavy.com. Welcome to Boy Green Daily, a daily New York Jets video show, also available wherever you get your podcast. Good morning, everybody. Thanks for joining us on today's program. Make sure you guys like the video, hit subscribe. We're trying to chase 10,000 subscribers. We're only a couple thousand away, but every day we could chip away at that total. I appreciate you. Special shout out to all the members of the Boy Green Coffee Club here in the chat. R&R, Terrence Hill, Ant Jets 82, Hansen, Phil, NC Green, baby, Jared B here, EZ I see in here, Alan. Again, we mentioned NC Green, Phil, and Ant Jets 82, and everybody in between. You guys can join the Boy Green Coffee Club down in the YouTube description down below. Reese as well, I see you in here. That is again, in the under the hood, that's in the YouTube description down below. Join the Boy Green Coffee Club here. You guys can do that for only $2.99 a month. It's the best deal in the business where you become a member of this show. You help support this channel for a relatively moderate price. Only $2.99, baby, a month. It's easy peasy lemon squeezy. Plus, you get all this juicy deets that are included as well. Access to our custom emojis, all created by Snowball. Access to our Discord channel, members-only videos, and so much more. Appreciate you guys. Thanks for joining us here on the show. And yes, Quinn, I see this from Havmo. Where is this? We're not talking about Quinn Ewers, are they? Yes, in fact, we are. The Jets met with Quinn Ewers, according to NFL insider Albert Breer, and apparently the Jets are setting a large contingent to the Texas Pro Day to have a close eye on Quinn Ewers, the Texas quarterback. What an interesting journey it's been for Quinn Ewers. He started off his career at Ohio State. He was the number one overall prospect nationally coming out of high school, according to NFL draft analyst Lance Zierlein. So there was a lot of hubbub, a lot of hype about Quinn Ewers coming in. He redshirts at Ohio State year. They ends up transferring to Texas. He stands in at 6'2", 214 pounds. That's what he measured in at the NFL Combine. And we haven't talked a lot of Quinn Ewers on this show, so I felt like it was a good opportunity with the Texas Pro Day today to dive in on a player that the New York Jets are certainly doing their homework on. Now, real quick, I'll talk reverse and then we'll get to Ewers. I think it's and I've said this forever, and I'll continue to say this. If you're the New York Jets, or quite frankly, any team in the NFL, you keep drafting quarterbacks. That is the goal, is keep drafting quarterbacks until you find one. And even when you find one, draft more. Continue to take swings at the quarterback position. I talk about this all the time. There are two types of teams in the NFL, the haves and the have-nots. The haves have a franchise quarterback. The have-nots are desperately trying to find one themselves. And even when you find one, again, you want to have them an ample supply if you're lucky enough to have more than one. The Jets have Justin Fields. They hope that he can turn around his career and be this franchise quarterback. At 26 years of age, the canvas is not fully painted yet for Justin Fields. There's a chance that maybe we could flip it. And Matthias, you're right. Currently, we have not. If the league is split into those two, well, then we are a have-not. But maybe we could be a have. Again, maybe Justin Fields will turn his career around, and that's our franchise quarterback. I know the Jordan Travis stands out in our audience. Well, that one seems harder to believe in at this point based on his injury history, but maybe he can turn it around. Who knows? But quite frankly, the Jets are a have-not right now. So they really need to take a shot. They have 8 picks. They have all of their own picks through the first 6 rounds of the 2025 NFL Draft, and they have 2 bonus picks. The trade of Mike Williams to Pittsburgh Steelers netted the Jets a 5th-round draft choice, And then the prior trade of Mecole Hardman back to the Chiefs got us a 6th. So we have all of our own picks in the first 6 rounds, and we have an extra 5th and 6th. We traded away our 7th round draft choice. So those are the picks the Jets have. They have 8 picks. I would like to see one of them used on a quarterback. Now, it doesn't have to be at 7th overall. I'm sure we'll have those conversations when we get closer to the draft as rumors and buzz and things of that nature continue to pop up. But I would like to see the Jets take a quarterback somewhere in the draft and develop and take a chance. That's what I would like to see. And that brings us back again to Quinn Ewers. We have a full article in the YouTube description down below on Quinn Ewers. An intriguing guy. Obviously, when you're the number 1 overall recruit in the country, there's a lot of people that think you can be pretty gosh darn special. Pretty gosh darn special. And we didn't get that consistently on the football field. Again, I mentioned it. He originally committed to Ohio State. He redshirted in 2021, reclassified to the class of 2021 after graduating from high school a year early. So must be a very smart kid on top of what he brings to the football field. In 2022, again, he ends up transferring to Texas and spends his final 3 collegiate seasons there. In 2022, he started 10 games, had 2,100 yards passing, 15 touchdowns, 6 picks, and a rushing touchdown. So he ended up missing 3 games that season with a shoulder injury. In 2023, some really good tape from Quinn. He was honorable mention All Big 12 Conference. He ranked 10th in the FBS with his 69% completion percentage. That ended up being a career high for him. He had 22 touchdowns, 6 picks, 9 touchdown interception ratio there, 3,400 yards. He also set a school record with 19 straight completions. That was in the Oklahoma game. And the Oklahoma State game that helped Texas win its first Big 12 championship since 2009. He threw for 450 yards and 4 tutties. He started 12 games in that season as well, missing 2 games with the shoulder injury. So 2022, shoulder injury. 2023, shoulder injury. And he missed 2 games this past season. He had an oblique injury, and apparently an oblique tear he ended up playing through a lot of the year with. He did miss a couple of games. He ended up starting in 14 games with second-team All-SEC. He was also on the cover of the latest college football video game that came back, so salute to that. But the thing that scares me about Quinn Ewers is the weaknesses that are listed on his scouting profile. That scares the bleep out of me personally. Here's Lance Zierlein's weaknesses as he sees them with Quinn Ewers. He says he can be fooled from pre-snap to post-snap looks by the defense. He needs better eye manipulation to hold safeties and linebackers. He gets stuck in his first read regardless of coverage. He stares at his primary receivers and will throw them into collisions. Lazy footwork forces receivers to break stride to make the catch. Will throw late and put too much air under some downfield throws. Must improve his field response to edge pressure. That's a lot of bad there. And let me go through a few of these here. Getting stuck on the first read is going to get a lot of interceptions in the National Football League. Staring at your primary receivers and throwing them into collisions is going to piss off your teammates. When you provide hospital balls and they're getting lit up, that's way numero uno how to break trust with your teammates. You're going to have to get that cleaned up, Quinn Ewers. Now, there are performances you look at that show the ceiling of what Quinn Ewers is at the NFL, what could be at the NFL level. The 2023 road game against Alabama and then 2024 Michigan, those pop. And you see those, you're like, holy shit. So that's what Quinn Ewers can be at his best. Some more from Lance Zierlein. He makes it look easy when he's in rhythm. The arm talent can make trick shot throws from a variety of angles, right? You get that little Patrick Mahomes-y element there that everyone is always chasing. Showed good pocket mobility to slide and deliver in 2023. When he has games where footwork is clean, the delivery is then sharp. He's capable of making touch throws off platform. And there you go. That is the Quinn Ewers experience. We'll get more into Quinn Ewers in just a second here. I see we got some YouTube super chats coming in here, baby. Feel free to send those in throughout today's program. We appreciate you. Hear me out. Every time I get a super chat, we hear from my beautiful daughter, Zariah Luna.
Wow.
Hear me out. Bruh. Best of luck as always to the Jets. I saw a mock draft where my Seahawks take a second-round quarterback best compared to Sam Howell. We already have him. I do love those. I love, you get all these quarterbacks that are, you get mock drafts and there's pro comps. You get a pro comp of a player you may already have. That's sort of funny. I appreciate that. Hear me out. And you got, hey, take care of my boy Sammy. I love Sam Darnold. I would have loved him here with the Jets. Apparently that was unrealistic. But I love Sam Darnold. So I think you guys are in great shape. Cooper Kupp, that the injury history is a little scary there, but I love Sam Darnold. Kenneth Walker, the third when he's healthy. You already know this is a beast. Uchenna and Wosu, bringing him back on a reduced deal. I think the Seahawks are going to be the sneaky team. The Rams are the favorites to win the NFC West, but I think Seattle's got some sneaky action there. To me, they're the second best team in the NFC West and might have a chance if Sam goes crazy to win that division. So take care of my boy Sammy. I love Sam Darnold. Absolutely enthralled, over the moon with Sam Darnold, and I'm so happy he had the success that he did last season. I'm sure he wished he had even more success than what he had. But nonetheless, I thought it was pretty special. And hear me out. I don't know if you've been here in the giveaway era in terms of your super chats and whatnot, but you're now eligible for our raffle tickets. Raffle tickets are $2.99 a piece, everybody. So enjoy them. Okay. Feel free to enjoy them here. They're wonderful. I appreciate that. So hear me out. Good buddy who's been around supporting this channel for a long time. You just got yourself a raffle ticket, my friend. I appreciate it. And there you go. Another super chat coming through, which gave you another raffle ticket. Hey, now. I appreciate you.
Wow.
All right. We just doubled our supply of raffle tickets for you, my friend. You love to see it. Beautiful. Okay. You still got $1 change left after that. Let's go to this super chat here. Zerline, yes. This is the quarterback projected to Seattle. Yeah, Quinn Ewers, I assume, is who you're talking about here. That makes a lot of sense. I assume so. Yeah. And again, here's what I'll say on Quinn Ewers as we're talking about. Again, you guys could share your calls. We'll open up the phone lines early here on the show. We can all argue and debate which mid-round quarterback we prefer. The current draft stock for one Quinn Ewers is somewhere between the second and fourth rounds, from what I've kind of gathered from experts. That's sort of the draft range. 2 obviously being on the higher end of that, but I've seen him in the third and fourth consistently. It's up to the individuals whether or not, they believe in the upside. And the upside is tantalizing, the arm talent and all that. But with all the inconsistencies, that's what's going to drop him. Think about this, folks. Heading into this past year, Texas fans will know this, Quinn Ewers was a potential first-round pick. But the wild range of inconsistencies this past season went from potential first-round pick to, obviously, what I just said, where it's somewhere in the second to fourth round range from draft experts. So Quinn Ewers had a chance to establish himself in a quarterback class a lot of people call weak, but he did not. And here we are. So what the Jets have to determine is, first off, is there anyone in this class that has something? Like, here's another intriguing thing. Quinn Ewers has elite traits. There are things that he does that is elite. And you go, ooh, those traits are the basis, and let's see what else we can build upon them, or consistency or what have you. That's the intriguing thing. There's some prospects in this class that don't appear to have these elite traits, but they have a lot of good in the others. So the Jets have to determine which of the developmental quarterbacks, if any, they want to say, let's do our work there. Let's do our work there. And maybe that's where we get sort of interesting. So if the Jets determine it's Quinn Ewers or Kyle McCord is my personal favorite, I've got obvious Syracuse bias. Or any of these cats. Tyler Shuck, I saw you guys talk about him earlier, the Louisville product, older prospect, been through a lot of issues, injuries, benchings, everything. I mean, he's been in school forever. Older prospect, but he's an interesting cat. His draft stock, I've seen some people do the late first thing with him. I've also seen in the middle rounds. Again, it's a flavor draft. And also, the other thing is it only takes one team. So if one team's in love with a quarterback, they're going to go a lot higher than you think. So that's another factor. Hey, look at Indy Jets, baby, gifting a Boy Green Coffee Club membership. You love to see it, baby. Okay, Indy. That went to Dino, Deano. Just got gifted a Boy Green Coffee Club membership, and that is another raffle ticket for our boy Indy Jets. That is 11 raffle tickets so far this month. Thanks, Indy. Appreciate you, brother. Thank you kindly. By the way, we only have a few days left, people. Today is March 25th. It's a Tuesday. We have less than a week left. We have 6 days left in the month of March to submit your raffle tickets for our prize, which I'll throw up on the screen here in a minute. So get those raffle tickets in. All your raffle tickets through Monday, March 31st are eligible for this month's raffle. And then after March 31st, I'll add up all the raffle tickets, and we will give that away live on Tuesday, April 1st, April Fool's Day. That's when we'll give away that prize and immediately announce it. I already know what the April prize is. The picture, the little graphic that I put together to show you guys what you're winning, all that is all put together. So it's all out there in the universe. I am ready. I'm staring at it right now, but I can't show you guys yet. It's a secret. Shh, it's a secret. But you guys are going to like it, I think. Here is the month of March giveaway here. A New York Jets patched out pullover hoodie, a custom laser engraving package. There's a bunch of items that have Jets and Boy Green logos merged together on license plates, coins, pens, and so much more. And a Super Bowl prize pack, multiple unique items from past Super Bowls. You're going to love this one. I've been holding on to that unique Super Bowl item package for a long time, waiting for the right moment, perhaps to give away, and now we are. We will be giving that away. So love it. So, Indy, you obviously are eligible for said contest. And on the scrolling tickers, our top 5 leaderboard. These are the people that have gifted the most this month. Our top 5 are as follows. A-Step 10, 122 raffle tickets. Number 1 Austrian Jet fan, thinking about you, buddy, 80. Jimmy Jets, 77. Florida and Big D, 60. And J-Boy rounds out the top 5 with 32 raffle tickets so far this month. They're $2.99 a piece, and there are no limits. 0. Zip and pip. So keep that in mind, everybody. I appreciate it. Okay, there you go. Hear Me Out is back again, baby. So let's hit it. I appreciate you.
Wow.
Hear Me Out says, nope, I'm new to the lotto era. Don't enter me. Just tell people to wet their beak on my content for laughter. It's my therapy. Okay, there you go. I guess I'll put this in the bonus. Any of these raffle tickets coming in, I'll put them in the bonus category for somebody, and we'll see. So I'll note that. I'll note that in here on the calendar. You know, 4 raffle tickets so far this month, but I'll find a unique way to gift these out to other people if you don't want it. That's fine. But Hear Me Out says, just tell people to wet their beak on my content for laughter. It's my therapy. Guys, go check out Hear Me Out, their YouTube channel. Talking all things, everything, really. So feel free to check it out. Thank you so much for the support. Thank you for the super chats. Yeah, baby. And another super chat coming through. It's raining.
Wow.
Yeah, Quentin, that might have been it. I don't know. Sad. Let's throw that up on the leaderboard here. Appreciate you. Hear Me Out for all the super chat activity here on the show. Well said. Well done. Yes. Keep those coming. Again, any of your super chats coming in that are either $2.99 a piece on each super chat or cumulatively works. So, yeah, baby, continue to send it through. Amen. Yeah, again, I don't know if Quinn Ewers is personally, I don't know if he's my favorite developmental quarterback prospect that is in this class, but the Jets are obviously doing their homework, so we then must do homework on Quinn Ewers to have ourselves prepared just in case. I also did have a complaint about this. I guess let's just talk about this, right? Jerby says, I could see the reflection in your glasses, Paul. Yes. And I've had a few people comment in, hey, Paul, like you fix your glasses situation. So here's the problem, right? As we just go breaking fourth walls here. So obviously I am of the glasses generation. I've been that way for a long time in my life. And we've got a ring light here. We've got a ring light here. And, you know, if you go to school for lighting, you need all these different points of lighting to beautifully light my face, especially when I wear hats all the time. So there's a shadow that comes across. And, you know, get that straight. And it's obviously 7 a.m. So it's dark as piss outside. So, yeah, I haven't figured out that yet. If I had contacts or something and was a better human being with better eyesight, I guess I would be able to eliminate that. So I have not figured out that plan of how to eliminate my eyes just always being white with light. I have not figured that out yet, but hopefully one day I can. Hopefully one day my big, stupid brain can figure out how to do that. So we can only hope. We can only hope. but not sure. And says Justin Fields signing with Siddhartha are not that confident he's the guy. And that's fair. For anyone that doesn't believe that Justin Fields could be the guy, totally fair that you don't see it. A lot of people won't. But there's a chance. Again, with Justin Fields, the canvas is unfinished. He's 26. I have no idea. He might be the same inaccurate passer he was in Chicago. There seemed to be improved footwork and mechanics there with Pittsburgh last year. It obviously resulted in a career high in completion percentage and quarterback rating before he was pulled in those first 6 games. So there was something there that obviously intrigued the Jets. His canvas is unfinished. The canvases of Marcus Mariota, the canvases of Carson Wentz are all finished. We know what they are at this point in their careers, and that's why I think the Jets dove in those waters. Yeah. And let's get one more super chat in here.
Wow.
Hear me out saying Paul is the GOAT. I'm out. Time for bed. West Coast. Fair enough. Hear me out. But guys, make sure you guys check out the Hear Me Out channel. You can just click his name and go check out his channel. Feel free. Well, thank you, buddy. Thanks for chiming in with your several super chats. I appreciate it. You ended up with the 5 raffle tickets immediately, which we appreciate. Thank you. And like I said, we'll find something nice to do with those if you end up winning. I'll probably put it out as you, and then we can determine what you want to do with it after. But awesome. Thank you. Thank you for getting up. And I know some people can't watch this show live, and if you can't, well, if you can, I understand. Shout out to Mahar Khalil, Good morning, BG, Coffee Club, Jet fans. Johnny Boy, another member of the Boy Creek Coffee Club, says, if it's dark as piss, you need to go to the doctor. I probably do, to be honest with you. I probably do. We'll see. Jared B says, Paul, I was replying to you saying you were looking at next month's raffle ticket prize and said I could see it in the reflection of your glasses. Well, hopefully none of you guys could see it that well. It's a great prize. It's a fun one. Very fun. I won't give any other hints. But if you guys saw it, then I guess it's spoiled. So, yeah, I guess I should have thought that through. Sean O'Connell says the Jets are always looking for the next Christian Hackenberg, Brooks Bollinger, or Kellen Clemens. Good times. Yeah, sometimes they hit and sometimes they miss. Christian Hackenberg is one that will continue to puzzle me for the rest of time. How did that? Not that it didn't work. Players don't work all the time. But, like, it worked so bad that we never even tried it in a regular season game just to see for shits and giggles. Like, how bad must he have been in practice? And I heard one story where he, like, pegged a reporter or something or a fan by accident in the stands. I heard that. I was like, wow. All right, so I guess that bad. But it seems crazy. I mean, if I use I'll just tell you this. If I use the 50th overall pick, which I'm pretty sure was Christian Hackenberg, I don't give a shit what I saw in practice. His ass is getting out there at least to try and see. Like, what do you have to lose? Okay, he's terrible, but at least you tried. I don't know. I guess that's neither here nor there. But I would have at least thrown him out there just to see what happens. But what are you going to do? David Hall Jr., we are the same. Emeka Ibuka would love to be an NYJ. Great. I'd love Emeka Ibuka. I would love Emeka Ibuka. That would be terrific. That would be awesome. Why don't we do this? There's 400 people in the room. Like the video, hit subscribe. I'm going to go to the phone lines early because we will be ending the show somewhat early. I have to go to the mechanic, drop off the car to get oil changed while I'm at the radio station. So let's get on as many callers as we can, and I'll interact with and answer as many of your questions as I can before I got to dip out, head to the mechanic. And shout out to my interns. That'll be picking me up from the mechanic and bringing me to the radio station. Shout out, pour one out for those interns. Excellent. All right, let's do this. We'll take a timeout, and we'll welcome your phone calls and so much more next here on Boy Green Daily on a Tuesday, baby. We're less than a month from the 2025 NFL Draft, which, by the way, another reminder, we'll be doing a live stream here on the show a month from yesterday, covering the entire first round of the NFL Draft. Our live stream will start at 8 o'clock on the button, and we'll be live for the full first round. So 4 hours, something of that nature plus. It's going to be great. It's going to be amazing. I can't wait. And we'll be doing a giveaway on the show, which I'm excited about. We'll have special guests. We'll have a call-in line, and hopefully you guys get a real big kick out of it. I hosted a live stream a couple years ago with a comedian. Wasn't that a wild trip? You can check that out if you like. You can YouTube search that old live stream I did. It was a 2023 draft when we drafted Will McDonald. That draft stream is out there. I did it with a comedian. We had guests and stuff. That was crazy. So crazy. Well, we're going to do it again, baby. So quick Hep timeout, and we got more coming up. Boy Green Daily continues after this.
Boy Green Daily, Boy Green Daily, Boy Green Daily. Talking Jets football, man. Boy Green Daily, Boy Green Daily, Boy Green Daily. New York Jets Football Club. Offense, defense, special teams, watch Jets football with Boy Green. J-E-T-S, Jets. Let's go.
Let's sleep and go, baby. We got 434 people specifically here on the show. Waiting to, for everyone watching, excuse me, feel free to call into the show. That is youtube.com/boygreen25. That is the pinned comment on YouTube. If you're watching on Facebook or Twitter, we appreciate it. Thanks for supporting the show, no matter where you watch it or after the fact. Appreciate you. Or audio only, or smoke signal, or pigeon carrier, or God knows, however you listen to this freaking program. We appreciate you. God bless. All right, let's go to the phone lines, baby. And we got Hep kicking us off. What's up, Hep?
Hey, Paul. Hey, fellas. I watched Green Bean show last night, and they had an interesting take. They do all these different scenarios because they just don't want to be calling the same.
Of course.
Name
Yeah, you're right.
time.
Yeah.
So this scenario was, let's trade out of the first.
Okay.
And
wow.
With the idea that we're going to stockpile for next year.
Mm-hmm.
Stockpile as many ones as we can get, or any ammunition to get up to get the good quarterback. And I thought, that's kind of interesting. I didn't really think of even doing that. Get the majority of our people in the second round and third and fourth, try to get it there.
Wow.
I don't think that's going to happen. I mean, that's a pretty bold move. But
yeah.
What's your take on that?
Yeah, I mean, the challenge, right, is if you do that and you're the Jets, you're trading out of the first. So do you remember who the team was that traded up? And
there was a few teams. One was it was down to 25. Is that Atlanta?
Oh, so it's probably multiple trade. Oh, I understand. Yeah, I would say that it makes a lot of sense in theory because everyone says that next year's quarterback class is rich. So you stockpile a bunch of that stuff. Or if you determine, you could determine that in your brain, but more so about this year where the Jets determine the real value of this class is between, I'm making this up, 25 to 50. Let's say they determine that all of these players are really graded similarly and we like a lot of them. Let's bail from 7 to 25. We're going to pick up a gajillion picks and we'll get multiple whacks at all these guys we think we like in that pocket of picks. That could make a lot of sense. Now, there would be, and not that they have to listen to the fans, but there would be some angry fans because, for the people that believe, right, there's some Jet fans out there that think we're going to win 2 or 3 games this year. That would only feed the tanking narrative if the Jets leave a top 10 pick where potential blue chip players could be on the board, and they're like, yeah, we're good. We'll just go to the back end of the first round. And fans are going to be like, for instance, Chef Kevin, he gets very upset about this kind of stuff of whoa, what the hell? We're going to just bail on this year. That's what one possible narrative coming out of that move would say. The Jets wouldn't openly admit that, but that could anger a lot of fans who buy tickets, go to the games and support and say, I don't see a real op here for us to make some of that damage. So that could cause some issues, but I will say that about Green Bean. Green Bean's a legend. He's the OG. I love Green Bean. I love the scenarios, right? I saw the other night, they were like, here's the one with the Chris Olave trade. I'm like, wow. So every one. And again, with a month out to the draft, I love talking about scenarios. It's fascinating.
Thanks, Paul. See you on the rebound.
All right. Thank you, Hep. Appreciate you. Wow. Good call. Yeah. Trade back. In theory, I agree with Hep. Again, I didn't watch the show, so sorry, Green Bean. I'll have to catch up on that later, but it would probably have to take multiple dips back for the Jets for that to circle back. They would have to go again, the 7 to 25 or a Pittsburgh, at 21 moving up dramatically for something. So 7, 21, 21, 28, 28, 35 or something, and then move back a bunch of times. The good news about that is you get multiple packages of assets per move back. So it's creative. That's interesting. I like it. Like I said, I like different ideas. All right. You could sell me on that, Hep. Good. Interesting. Shout out to Mike NYJ or NY Jets H. Love the show. Thanks, Mike. Appreciate you, pal. Thanks for supporting the program. All right, let's go to back to the phone lines. We got EZ here on the show. What's up, EZ?
Hey, what's up, Paulie?
Hey, what's popping?
Well, I mean, having on Green Bean, he's a comedian as well. He's done stand-up, so you could kill two birds with one stone. Get Jets content and a comedian.
That would be great. I know they do their own live stream. It's him, Ryan, and Matt O'Leary. So that's, I will be honest, when I was thinking about booking guests for the show, I'm like, oh, I love Green Bean. That'd be so cool. Yeah, but with what they have going on, unfortunately, Green Bean won't be able to dip on. But I love Green Bean.
Yeah, like I think 2 or 3 years ago, Green Bean did a trade scenario where they wound up with 9 second-round picks.
Oh my God! What the hell? What kind of mad scientist?
They just did this one draft where they traded back everything. He's like, well, this guy's available, but we're gonna trade away. He just kept trading. He has 9 second-round picks. You know what? Fuck it. Do it.
Yeah,
just do it. Sure. Could you imagine having 9 second-round picks? You don't have a first rounder, but you go into day 2 and you just pick. I just 9 second rounders. I'm sorry, you can build a team with 9 second-round picks.
I would agree. With 9 I don't know how the math works on that, but if somehow you could, yes.
He just kept trading back. I think he traded back 3 times in the first round, and
wow,
I think it was crazy.
Wow, I love it. Again, I love the creativity.
I had so much fun listening to that show because I was just laughing because I'm like, nobody would ever do that, ever.
Right.
But if they ever had the balls to do it, that next year, 9 second-round picks. What could you do with 9 second-round picks next year?
I mean, probably because that's a lot of players. Not every team
could trade
has 9
four of those second-round picks would get you up to like almost number 2, 3.
Yeah, that's what I would say. Yeah, because like I said, I don't think there are 9 openings on every team on a given year. There are on some teams. So you would want to package those up to launch up, which I think a lot of teams would be interested in. So
yeah, you just come in the beginning of day 2, make your 9 picks, and pack up your briefcase and go home.
There you go. That's pretty good.
Let everybody fight over the rest of the guys. I'm sorry. Sometimes those second-round picks are awesome. I look at Breece Hall.
Yeah, that's true. Who else am I missing? Let's David Harris, obviously. That's another. Let me look at Jets draft history. We've unfortunately had a lot of bad ones, to be honest with you.
The receivers have been bad, like Stephen Hill or whatever his name was.
Yep, that's right. Devin Smith was awful.
Hackenberg.
Denzel Mims. Yep, Denzel Mims.
I think I don't know how bad Denzel Mims was. I think they just got in his head, and I think they ruined him personally.
Marcus May was a good one. Salute to Marcus May out there. He was good. Jason Morrow, God, he was awful. He was terrible. Geno Smith eventually was good. So salute to Geno Smith. We were just a few years too late apparently on that. Vlad Dupas.
Vlad, he was voted the ugliest guy on the team.
Well, that makes sense.
He was an ugly man. Number 62 in your heart.
Hey, look at that. 2005, we had Mike Nugent, baby, and Justin Miller. We didn't have 9 second-round picks, but we had 2 second-round picks. Mike Nugent and Justin Miller, special teams ace.
I know, it was crazy.
Nice. Okay, yeah, there you go. Yeah,
but I don't know what we're going to do this year in the draft. Is
that good or bad?
You know, I mean, like I said, though, those 3 players that we could take, I would, I don't mind any of those first 3. The tight end, the defensive lineman, and the offensive lineman. Any one of those 3 is good. So, So I think we could trade back because the quarterbacks are going like 1-2 or 1-4 or whatever.
It's possible. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yep, they're gone because someone may reach for that kid that you've been talking about earlier today, the Quinn kid.
Yeah, Quinn Ewers, out of Texas. Could be.
Maybe someone has, a team that has a really good offensive-minded coach that needs a quarterback. What team does have a good offensive-minded coach that needs a quarterback right now? I'm thinking.
Let me see.
What about the Saints? Do the Saints need a quarterback?
Yeah.
Oh no, didn't they just get somebody?
No. They're keeping Derek Carr, but obviously you have Kellen Moore there, so that's a good offensive mind. Let me try to peek around the league real quick and see who else would fit that description. A good offense. I mean, it depends on how people feel about Brian Dable. People were higher on Brian Dable a few years ago, but obviously they are in need of a quarterback. Obviously, Ben Johnson's got his guy in Chicago, Caleb Williams. Minnesota, if you don't believe in J.J. McCarthy. So
I still can't believe the Giants gave Daniel Jones $40 million 2 years ago.
They're an idiot.
That was insane.
I told them to franchise tag Daniel
insane.
Jones, re-sign Saquon, but they didn't listen to me. I tried to help them out, but they did not listen to me. They should have
well, I'm happy for Saquon because he needed to get the hell out of there.
Yeah, he got a Super Bowl ring and it was awesome. So yeah, I'm happy for Saquon. But
wasn't he? Giants, he was the rushing champion too.
Yeah, he has more rushing yards in a single season than any player in NFL history when you factor in the playoffs. I mean, crazy.
Yeah, he had almost 2,600 yards all purpose, right?
That's pretty good.
Run and pass and
everything else. Mm-hmm.
What do you think the Jets could do with Justin Fields as a running quarterback? You know, not as a running quarterback. I'm not calling him Tommy Frazier from Nebraska, but I mean, with the idea that he is a running quarterback, a dual threat is best what I describe it as.
Yeah,
he's a dual threat quarterback with the three running backs that we have.
Yes,
and if we get this Tyler kid at tight end,
sure,
I think we could do a lot of damage in RPO.
Well, something the Jets have not had, maybe ever, or only in very short pockets, is an elite running quarterback that you always have to think about. Like we've had Joe Flacco, who has the mobility of a parked car. No one on defense is like, oh boy, Joe Flacco might hurt us with his wheels. Justin Fields at any time could go, F this, I'm bailing, and just start running, and he's a human battering ram, and you have to factor that in as a defense, which gives defenses...
Actually, Zach Wilson was a pretty good runner. Zach Wilson was a pretty good runner, but they didn't want him to run. They didn't want him to run.
Well, Zach Wilson was a little, like, he refusing to run. We had to sort of teach him.
It's because they beat it into his head. There were so many times where he could have ran early, like notice that there's a hole and just jet right off, bang, and that might have made the defenses less likely to rush him if they started realizing we put pressure on this kid. He can run 10-15 yards in a quick pop, and then just do a quick slide. And I don't know, like I said, the problem with our team the last 3-4 years was the coaching. It was coaching.
Yeah,
because we had good players, and I feel bad for C.J. Mosley because he came here hoping that he would help be an integral part of turning this team around and being a playoff contender, and he genuinely wanted to do that. So, C.J., my apologies to you. Thank you for your service. You were a great player, great locker room guy, a great teacher. I mean, look what he did. He coached up 2 linebackers.
Yeah, pretty good. It's a pretty good
I believe
story.
he was integral in that.
Yeah.
That's why with his neck injury, I said I would love for him to just retire.
I hope so.
And become a linebackers coach. Now, if someone gives him a bag for another year or two, I could see it. But he needs to be in coaching.
I would love to see
what he did with Sherwood and with Quincy. This is amazing.
Yeah, it is an amazing story. So again, I hope C.J. Mosley does go into retirement. Apparently, at this point, he's not. He's considered it, pondered it. He's thought about it, apparently, but he's not pulled the trigger on it. And again, the 2 teams to watch, obviously, the San Francisco 49ers and the Atlanta Falcons. Now that we're less than a month from the draft, I think those teams are probably going to try to see if they can fill their voids in the draft. And if they can't, I think they circle back to C.J. Mosley. Obviously, you got Ulbrich and Saleh in both of those places. A lot of good thoughts there, Easy. I will say this. I saw this message coming in. The Jets motivator throwing this up. Quinn Ewers doesn't bring mobility. Yeah, if you look at his raw college stats, 2 of his 3 years at Texas, again, because Ohio State, he only showed up at an end of a game for a couple of kneel downs. So really, the 3 years at Texas where he played, 2 of his 3 seasons, he had negative rushing yards. Obviously, that accounts for sack yardage lost and things of that nature. So, yeah, not incredibly mobile. So I'll be curious. Did the Jets go for like a Jalen Milroe? And Jalen Milroe would be interesting from this perspective. You have Justin Fields. He's clearly the starter. You have Tyrod Taylor. He's clearly the backup. So, like, there are so many levels before you get to Jalen Milroe, which I think is good because you need him to develop. He's got all these raw tools. You take him like in the 3rd or 4th round, and you just plug him all the way on the bottom and say, hey, kid, just sit and learn. Get all the information you can. Hopefully Tanner Engstrand can help mold the young fella, and you go to town. That's what I would like. I think Jalen Milroe would be a lot of fun. If you're trying to get like-minded people, right? Mobile, get all these guys. You can make a strong case for Jalen Milroe there in the same quarterback room, like I said, as Tyrod Taylor and Justin Fields. That'd be pretty cool. Yeah, but long story short, to get to the main point I was talking about with EZ, the Jets have only had in pockets old man Michael Vick when he came. I still can't believe Michael Vick once played for the Jets. It's still crazy. Geno Smith obviously had some wheels. There's been other quarterbacks that in spot duty have had wheels, but nothing like Justin Fields. Nothing. So this is a new era. We've never seen a quarterback like this for the New York Jets. We'll see what that means. Let's go back to the phone line. You got MJ here on the show. What's up, MJ?
Hey, good morning, man. I tell you, being in Texas, I can tell you a lot about Quinn Ewers.
Oh,
You do not
please
want
lay it
him.
on us. Oh, do not
You
want
do
him.
not
Okay.
want him.
Okay.
He looks weak. When and I'll tell you this before I say anything, Greg Cosell, who's a really great, he was with NFL Films for like
Of
30
course.
years or something.
Absolutely.
And
Yeah.
he does stuff, with Colin Cowherd. And
Yep.
first thing he said, no, this on tape, this guy he's not what he's portrayed to be.
Mhm.
I mean, you say he's 6'2", but he plays like he's 5'8". He
Oof.
plays weak. He had injury earlier in the year where people were
Oblique.
basically wanting, the oblique, and it really hurt because last year he had a much better year, but this year was awful. He was so bad they wanted Arch Manning to come in, and
Yeah.
some people believe if Arch Manning had been in the playoffs, they might have won it all because he was the weak link on that team. The team had a great, matter of fact, in the quarterfinal against Arizona State, the running back and the quarterback for AZ State basically outplayed the quarterback for AZ State outplayed him, which is just unfathomable. I mean, you just could not think that could happen. This guy who's really the quarterback from AZ State, he had some good mechanics and stuff, but they almost won that game, which would have been a huge upset.
Yeah.
Texas pulled it out, then they lost to Ohio State. But no, you do not want him. The game against Michigan was an anomaly. I swear. I mean,
Yeah.
you look at his mechanics. Some people think it was because of the injury, but all those things that the guys said about him, he did. He threw medicine balls, got people injured.
I hate that. Yeah.
No mobility. I mean, he panicked. Like if the first read wasn't there, it's like, why are you taking the sack? Why don't you just throw it in completion? So there's a lot of flaws with him. I'm even wondering if this is more of a smokescreen because I can't see where anyone with any offensive mind would consider and for publicly saying that we're going to look at Ewers. I mean, there's other Texas players too. There's the receiver. He's going to go in the maybe
Matthew
top 10.
Golden, you got Isaiah Bond. Yeah,
right.
you got maybe that's why, right? To your point, it could be a smokescreen that they're meeting with him because maybe they're just there for everybody else and they're setting a large contingent for everybody else. Yeah, that could make a lot of sense.
You just do not want that. Matter of fact, when I think of Ewers, I think of a worse Zach Wilson because
Oh, Jesus.
I mean he played so small in the pocket. I mean, it was just almost like just watching him, and I'm a huge Texas fan. I watched every game last year, and it was just so disappointing. And when he made a completion, it was like, oh my God, it was like a prayer answered. Really, I mean, last year he was so much better last year, and he was up and down last year. This year, and I'm wondering if people are thinking it's because of the injury, but I don't think an oblique lasts. I mean, he hurt it, I think, earlier in the season, like maybe the second or third or fourth week or whatever, and it shouldn't have. I mean, I don't know. It's a gamble. I mean, he has a decent arm. But it's just what he showed on tape this year. if you look at his tape this year, there's no way you would say he would even be. I mean, a team if they took him in the second or third round, that'd be on a flyer because his tape is awful for this year, except for the Michigan game, and then he had the game against Alabama last year, which was pretty good. But if you look at the tape this year compared to last year, oh my God, it's night and day difference. So
Yeah.
I
Well, it's
could
good to
see
get a
whether
take. It's good to get more info though, because like I said, I don't,
mhm.
yeah, outside the college football playoff, which you watch all that. I've only seen spot Texas games. I've not seen the full scope for Quinn Ewers. So for someone that has seen it, I think that's valuable information for everybody that's now, again, with the Texas Pro Day today, all hearing about him. And I'm sure he'll be a storyline all day today across shows.
And the final play against Ohio State,
Mhm.
you know, when they were basically going to, I think, either tie or win the game on the 10-yard line, they basically got a strip sack for a touchdown from the Ohio State linebacker.
Oh, right. Yes.
So
Yeah.
he
Jack
was
Sawyer. Right. Yeah.
right. And which is actually one of his buddies, but it just, you know, from Ohio State, but
Yeah.
it just, it was just very underwhelming. And so many times during the season, people were calling for Arch Manning to come, you know, to start in his place, and because he just was not very good,
Yeah. Well,
just unremarkable.
I appreciate that, MJ. I would just say this. The one thing I will say for Quinn that I think he gets a feather in his cap for is handling the Arch Manning thing. I can only imagine, again, I didn't get to watch every Texas game, but the pressure of Arch Manning, the part of the Manning legacy, constantly, hey, if you mess up, they're going to go to Arch. And I saw they've played Arch like sparingly. Obviously, he filled in when Quinn got hurt. Like, he does deserve props for or whatever. Could count it for what you will. In the evaluation of one Quinn Ewers, that Arch Manning was behind him, breathing down his neck, and that he seemed to handle it outside of the numbers and things that got to the college football playoff and all that jazz. That's sort of a feather in the cap to me. Of that kind of pressure, that's tough. Not everyone could handle that. Now, what is he in the NFL level? Guess we'll see. That's another factor, of course. The Jets are sending a quote-unquote large contingent to Texas. It doesn't mean they're sending a large contingent to watch Quinn Ewers. They're meeting with Quinn Ewers. That was confirmed by NFL insider Albert Breer, but fascinating nonetheless. Again, good to get another perspective on the Texas quarterback who, again, the Jets are meeting with. We've got 600 people in the room. Like the video, hit subscribe. Back to the phone lines. Johnny Boy joins us.
Hey, what's going on, BG? How you holding up this morning?
Hey, you're looking dapper.
Yeah, I got a meeting with a client today.
Okay. Well, all right. Good luck.
Why is it that we're so stuck on the QB piece? Bye, Princess. Have a good day in school.
You too. Have a good day at work.
I will.
I was about to say, that happens to me. Like, I go to the movies, and I'm like, they say, enjoy your movie, sir. I'm like, you too. Ah, jeez. I'm sorry, you're not going to see a movie. You're just going to be working. So, nice there. Nice immediate scoop up there by your daughter. Very nice.
Yeah, I just drop her off at the
okay, good.
At the thing. But anyways,
yeah,
like especially if this is being such a not good quarterback class and everything.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, would you be upset if we don't go quarterback
at all? No,
at all. Yeah,
no,
exactly.
No, because for our Jordan Travis fans, the audience are like, yeah. Like, they're going to freak out. But in all seriousness, look at the quarterback room. If we don't draft a quarterback, Jordan Travis is like, blessed be he. He'll be praying at the altar because he's like, cool, I've got a legitimate path to QB3, and that's what he's got to hope. If we draft a quarterback, Travis is like, fuck, I'm probably effed. There's nothing I can do outside of a crazy run in training camp or something. It's very unlikely I'm doing anything. So no, I wouldn't be angry because, like, if they don't believe someone's there, I don't want them to just take a quarterback for shits and giggles. I want them to take one if they believe that there's some trade or something that they could develop. And no, you can give me a quarterback room of Justin Fields, Tyrod Taylor, and Jordan Travis. That's fine for what our options were this offseason. You could sell me on that.
What's the earliest round you would say I would pick up a quarterback?
This might seem like a cop-out answer, but, like, if this organization believes in someone, Jackson Dart, Shadur Sanders, Cam Ward's probably not going to be there, so sorry, Cam Ward fans, but anyone not named Cam Ward, and they're on the board at 7, and they're like, this is a franchise quarterback, I would totally understand and give the blessing to them. Now, it would suck for Justin Fields because I really want Justin Fields to get a legitimate shot, Obviously, the clock would start ticking immediately. If the Jets are the 7th overall pick, take any quarterback. Justin Fields like, shit, no matter what I do, I'm fucked. Like, my window is now this. So for that part of it, that'd be unfortunate. But no, I mean, realistically, if it was up to me, the earliest I'd take a quarterback is probably the 3rd round, because 7th should be an impact player. 42 is basically a first rounder. That should be an impact player. And then when we want to start messing around, you could talk about 73, and even 73 could be an impact player too. So you could sell me on the 4th round being the earliest. Again, if the Jets believe in somebody, I'm cool. Let's ride. Let's take whoever you believe in. But me, if I was there, it'd be my boy Kyle McCord, and I try to figure out where I could take him. Can he survive to, I think it's 107 in the 4th round, or do I have to take him at 73? I guess that'd be the conversation I'd have.
Yeah, and I think for me, it's after the 4th. I think that's
Okay.
where, if that's the case and they do want to go. Now, again, I will say this. I don't want a quarterback. I would not be upset if they don't go with a quarterback.
Okay.
Give Justin Fields a chance. But if they have him on the draft board and there is a McCord, a Will Howard, one of the guys that really intrigues me a lot just because of the upside with him is Milroe.
Yes.
Right? Potentially being something that could potentially be there. But if he's there when
who knows
around after the 4th. But again, there's just a lot. The kid from Syracuse, though, he does intrigue the crap out of me as well. So it'll be intriguing. And I'm asking all of this. I do not want Ewers at all, man. Dude, I remember there were games where they were legit, just like what the last caller said, they were chanting Manning's name and on there as well. So, I mean, hey, look, best case scenario, Justin Fields balls out and continues to keep excelling.
Yes.
We're not even having this conversation. And then
I hope
this regime is looking like it's a steal that we got him at the amount that we're paying for him. All right, BG, I appreciate you, brother. Be good.
Thank you, Johnny. I appreciate you. Yeah, again, on the Quinn Ewers thing, and I want to make this clear if it's not, every topic I bring up does not mean that I believe in it one way or the other. And I'm not saying Johnny was accusing me of that. But, like, for the Jets are meeting with Texas quarterback Quinn Ewers, and they're sending a quote-unquote big group to his pro day. So we're talking about it here on the show. Every time there's Jets news, we will work it into the show. And then I will share my opinion once we're on the show and we're all talking about it together. There's a lot of concerning things about Quinn Ewers. When you look at the inconsistencies and a lot of pieces of the puzzle, there's a lot of but let's see what the Jets think. And again, there's polarizing opinions, right? So I have Dan Hollis here, right? Throw him up on the board. Jet fans taking a we don't need a quarterback stance is crazy to me. I don't think that's what Johnny's saying. I think he just doesn't like the quarterbacks in this class, so he doesn't want to force it. That's what I would say for Dan Hollis. But there are people that want a quarterback in this class. There's people that don't want a quarterback. I normally take a quarterback every year because it's sort of like a lotto system as far as that's concerned. Well, everybody, like I said, I have to dip early because I got to head over to the mechanic before the radio show, and shout out to my interns for taking care of me. I appreciate everybody for tuning in. We will have a Boy Green Meets Moody today at 3 o'clock. Hopefully you guys can tune back in for that. Looking forward to it. Thanks for your support as always, and we'll be back on the show soon. Thanks, everybody, for tuning in, and we'll see you.